Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Spike and in today's video we're going to be trying Le Mans Ultimate for the first time. So today it released in its full version, so it's come out of its pre-release or its beta or alpha, whatever you want to call its kind of development period. Version 1.0 has dropped and I'm going to try it for the first time today against some AI. We're going to be driving at Spa because I fancied using a familiar circuit, using a McLaren in the GT3 class here in a 2025 WEC race setup. So we've only got a 15-minute race. I'm going to skip the practice and the qualifying. I've checked to make sure my hardware is working as I want it to, and I'm just going to give you some first impressions, some first sort of thoughts from my point of view giving this one a go. Again, we're jumping in as an LMU rookie. We've got some GT3 experience with ACC, so we'll see how this stacks up compared to that, and we'll get ourselves on the grid ready for the race. Alright folks, here we go, first race in LMU here at Spa. We've got 15 minutes to try and stay with this pack of AI cars. They're set to an intermediate level,
Green flag.
and we'll try and settle into a bit of a rhythm here, and then I can give some of my thoughts on this as a driving experience. It's looking grey and overcast here in the Ardennes, and we'll be cautious into the first couple of braking zones. Want to avoid any nasty incidents to start with. Just going to go for a safety lift on our region Radion. And hopefully these cars battling ahead will give us some opportunity to keep with the field despite our LMU inexperience. Be careful coming back on the power. I'm not sure how loose the rear end of this McLaren might be. Okay, no drama just yet. Just how I like it. At some point we're going to want to dial things up, but we'll just stay patient for a moment. Two jabs at the brake there. Not ideal. I can feel the car just wanting to untack itself from the circuit when I'm loading on the lateral force. Just there, kind of going through Blanchimont. Just felt as though that lateral force was going to pull us away and the tyres were going to let go. And they're looking blue still, so I assume on the HUD that means they're cold. So I'm just going to try to remember that as we go around our second lap. And lift again, but less. Let's come down into fourth and see if we can get a good run onto Kemmel here. Okay, we're doing well to stay with the pack of cut there, unfortunately. Don't know if the stewards are going to do anything about that. Doesn't look like it. A quiet race so far. Thought that was about to change there. Wasn't sure if we were going to stop before we hit the back of the Ferrari here. So we get our first move in. That'll do. Not too bad that. Trying to stay measured, stay disciplined. Good exit there, a bit delayed, shifting up from third to fourth. We have to lift. Ten minutes left on the clock. A third of the way through.
That time was a 2:29.11.
2:29 that lap. We've done a 2:19 in this car on ACC. I say this car, the GT3 McLaren Evo. Be a different year. Just being a bit naughty there on Radion. See if we can get around this next Ferrari on this lap. So for a last minute switchback. And be a bit braver on the brakes. Not too bad that. Bit of racecraft. Trying to wait for an opportune moment to give you some initial impressions. Whilst focusing on the driving, I suppose I could summarise them by saying they are good. Visually it holds up. Yeah, it's probably on par with ACC. And I kind of find it difficult to comment on these things because there's so many variables when you go between people's setups and things, lots of different you know, graphics cards involved, what hardware is being used in terms of the wheel setup, the cockpit, the monitors. It's difficult to really fairly capture what, you know, I might just have my settings in ACC like spaffed up, but the force feedback in this feels, I'd say, a bit more detailed. I've got a better sense of what the car's doing, especially when lateral force is being applied to the tyres. Getting a feeling of when it's going to let go. And you know, there's variables in terms of the in-game car setup as well. And I'm not experienced with that really, so again, is it fair that I make those sorts of comments, those judgments? I'm not sure. I'm just happy to be getting in on this one from the start of its life cycle. Its first day as a full racing title. Race control, it's not liking my antics there. Got to get used to where the track limits fall on this versus ACC. Let me try and do a similar thing, we're a bit further back. Don't like it, I don't like it. Fry did a good job there of getting out of the way. It's nice to see that from the AI behaving like that, like understanding that I was there and taking the evasive action. Just feels fair on the LMU community to cut my teeth against AI before I go into a multiplayer race, but when I do take that leap, I'll be sure to bring you along. I'm not going to back out this time, mate. I'll have that, thank you. Oh, what a great circuit this is. I haven't driven Spa in a while, and we know I love it. I don't think 15 minutes is going to be long enough to see the hypercars overlap us, unfortunately. I'm experiencing a framed... Oh, speaking of hypercars, good evening.
Time 2:28.17.
Oh, track limits again. Oh, I got points that time, 0.25 points out of my 5 points. Fairly minor. Good to get a look at the penalty system there. So I wonder what that would result in if I hit that 5 limit. Would that be a drive-through? Stop and go maybe? Just seeing hypercars getting held up behind traffic here. So I'm experiencing a frame drop every now and then, a bit of a stutter, and that could be because I'm recording in OBS. I think most likely it's due to the fact I'm not fully attuned to how to get the most out of this PC setup yet. It's been with me now for a couple of weeks. Been trying to wrap my head around what anti-aliasing is. The jargon involved. Oh, okay, careful. You hear all that gravel stuck in the underside of the car. That's a nice detail. Sad I had to go off the road to find out. I don't think we'll be getting any higher in terms of race position now. We've only got 3 minutes left on the clock. I love the sounds though, like the gravel under the car, the rumble of the curbs. All important sort of information for when you don't have the actual G-forces of real life driving. Okay, the stewards seem to enjoy that time. A bit of a comfort lift still. Oh, you can't get away with what you can get away with an ACC here. We're purple in sector 1. Okay, a minute left on the clock. Starting to see the back of a Corvette emerge. And also blue flags for the hypercar coming by. See how they go around me here. I guess that's one thing where this will get an edge as well, having hypercars dart around alongside GT3s. Sounds another dynamic. Ooh. Got more blue flags coming. Trying to leave some space on the inside. Corvette's getting away, I think. Oh! Oh, we've caused a nightmare. So sadly, a retirement from our first race in LMU, and I'm not really that surprised, and I guess that's why we do our practice against AI and not in online sessions. Although, that being said, once I've built up some confidence with this, I'm sure that I'll be bringing some online races to the channel in due course. But for now, I'm just going to leave some summarising thoughts. I think the game looks good, it runs well, there's some frame dips from my point of view because of the recording, and due to the fact that my PC is fairly new to me and I'm still working out how to get the best out of it in terms of performance. The driving physics feel really good. Again, I have to kind of approach that with a grain of salt, or you have to kind of take what I say with a grain of salt, because there's so many variables involved: the cockpit, the wheel, the hardware running at the PC, the monitor, the actual in-game setup of the car. So there's lots of variables at play, so I can only speak on behalf of sort of my own feelings, having tried it with my own setup. And you know, your experience might be different to that. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, it's fantastic, but I felt like the information I was getting through the wheel was giving me a good insight into what the car was doing. So overall impressions off the bat are good, and I'm really excited to get more out of the sim and to learn to drive it properly, and maybe step up into some of these hypercars that we're looking at on the screen now. I think that's going to be something that I look to do in the future. I hope you're enjoying LMU yourselves at home if you have decided to pick this one up. Otherwise, I'm going to leave this one here for today. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next one.